All right, so today we're diving into a really cool concept called MindOS. Now, the idea here is to stop thinking about learning as just a thing you do and start thinking of it as an operating system that your mind can run. So, let's get into what that actually means.
First, let's talk about something we've all felt. You know that feeling, right? You spend hours, maybe even days, studying for something. You feel like you finally got it down, and then, a week later, poof, it's all a bit of a blur. So why does all that effort just seem to evaporate?
Well, let's put a number on that feeling. And honestly, it's a huge one. Studies show that we forget a staggering 70 to 80% of what we learn, and we forget it within just a couple of days. That is wild. It means most of the hard work we put in is basically leaking right back out.
So this isn't just some small frustration, right? It's a massive bug in how we're taught to learn. The folks behind this call it the forgetting problem. And it's this exact issue, this huge, inefficient leak of knowledge that they believe needs a totally new kind of solution.
So what's the fix? The idea behind MindOS is that we don't just need another flashcard app or a new study technique. We need a whole new foundation, a complete shift. We have to start treating our learning process like an operating system for our brain.
And this really sums up their core pitch. MindOS is a science-first, AI-powered learning OS that automates long-term retention. Let's break that down. Science-first means it's built on stuff we know actually works from cognitive science. And AI-powered, well, that means it uses technology to do the heavy lifting and make the whole process personal to you.
Okay, but how does it actually work? It all comes down to the science of how our memory is wired. We're not talking about clever little hacks or tricks here. We're talking about using the fundamental rules our brains already follow.
The first big principle is something called spaced repetition. So instead of cramming everything at once, you review information at specific growing intervals. It sounds simple, but it's an incredibly powerful way to tell your brain, hey, pay attention, this stuff is important. And that's how you move knowledge from fragile short-term memory to solid long-term storage.
And the second pillar is active recall. Now think about this. We all tend to just reread our notes, right? Well, that's passive. Active recall is the opposite. It forces your brain to actually pull the information out from scratch. It's like a mini test every time. And it's that effort, that struggle, that actually builds strong, lasting memories.
This slide just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you have the old way, cramming. It's passive, leads to burnout, and it's why we forget 80% of what we learn. On the other side, you have the scientific approach. It's active, it's efficient, and it's actually built for long-term mastery, not just passing a test. Okay, so the science makes sense, but how does MindOS actually turn that theory into something you can, use? How do we get from these big ideas to actually making progress? Let's take a look.
The whole process is meant to be super straightforward. You just start by creating a project for whatever it is you want to learn. Then, an AI helps you get set up and creates a smart plan just for you. After that, you just use the daily tools, and the memory engine takes care of all the complicated scheduling in the background. It's all designed to just guide you right to the finish line.
And under the hood, you've got this whole AI toolkit. There's the mind repeater, which is the engine running all that spaced repetition, but there's also an AI tutor that actually understands your project, a tool that lets you upload and chat with your own documents, and a quiz generator that makes those all-important active recall tests for you.
Now, when you build a system on these kinds of core principles, it's not just for one type of subject or one type of person. The ambition here is way bigger. It's about creating a framework that can help anyone learn pretty much anything. And you can really see that here. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a student cramming for finals, a professional who needs to keep their skills sharp, or just a lifelong learner who's curious about the world. The way our brains build strong memories is universal.
And think about the possibilities here. This could be for super dense academic topics, high-stakes professional exams, learning a new coding language, or even a creative hobby, like picking up a new instrument. The operating system for learning effectively is always the same.
So when you put it all together, the proven science, the smart AI, the automation, it really makes you wonder, is this what the future of truly mastering a skill is going to look like?
The vision is just huge. This isn't just about making another study tool. It's a mission. It's about, like they say, fundamentally changing how the world learns. The goal is to make this kind of effective, permanent learning something that's available to everyone.
So I'll leave you with this one final thought. What could you do?
What could you build or create or become if all the knowledge you worked so hard to gain just stuck? What if learning was permanent?